This video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can book 30 plus qualified appointments per month just from organic content alone. And the good thing about social media is that there's literally infinite scale. As you can see here, the creator economy is projected to be worth $466 billion by 2029, and currently it's worth around $286 billion. Now, this means there is absolutely no shortage of leads on social media, and with the right strategy, you can truly do anything. Now, just doing this strategy that I'm about to walk through in this video, I've been able to get millions of views for myself. I've been able to attract tons of high quality leads, literally my dream leads, just from my content alone. And just from literally a couple leads, I've been able to cash collect this amount of people. I think, yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From 6 people, I cash collected all this, and all this is monthly recurring revenue, all from my content alone. So let me tell you exactly how you can do the same thing. Now, I know that a lot of the business owners that are watching this, right, they're all stuck in the same trap. The same trap of not knowing how to grow their content, which is making them, very, very reliant on referrals. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know that referrals is not something we can rely on, right? I think everyone knows that. Because if you're relying on referrals, you're going down this path, right? Slow, random, and you have no control of your business growth. You're truly just relying on the kindness of your customers' hearts to give you clients. And that's just not going to work long term. You want to own your own inbound system, right? You want to go this way with predictable, scalable, and you control your own flow, right? This is when it all comes down to the correct content strategy. So let me go over the same content strategy you should be using that honestly got these results for my clients. I took one of my clients, Josh, from 13K over 129K followers with this content strategy, got millions of views in his niche. I got one of my clients, Andre, from 252 followers on Instagram and 15K followers on TikTok to all the way to 74K followers on Instagram, and now he's at like 100K TikTok followers, right? We got millions of views. So I'm going to walk you over the exact same content strategy. And also from this one video, we got him literally thousands of leads. So let me show you the content strategy that you need to be using for this. And yeah, anyone can do this. So you don't need to be a content pro. So there's basically 3 types of content that we need to be using to build your pipeline, okay? And this is a 3-step content funnel. So first is viral content, 2 is authority, and 3 is sales content. So I'll be breaking down each one of them now. And obviously once you do all these, it all leads to getting that cash at the end. So first section is top of funnel. Now, please don't get this mistaken. You don't need to get millions of views. You really don't need to get millions of views, right? This video of mine that got millions of views performed really well, got lots of high ticket leads. Again, this video here that just got 3.6k views, that also got me qualified followers following. Like, you really don't need to get millions of views, because there's tons of people with less followers than me that make more money. There's a lot of people that have like millions and millions of followers that make less money than me, like simply there's followers doesn't always equate to money. But when you have the right type of followers, like we did for my clients, then that's what matters. All my followers here that I grew for my clients, they're all followers inside of their niches. That's why it's so powerful. Most people just go viral outside of their niche and they wonder why they don't make money, right? So basically, top of funnel content. These posts are designed to grab attention, engagement, and bring in new followers, but still stay in your niche. This is obviously going to be the most important thing all the time. So you can basically go over hacks, useful websites, free assets, controversial takes, listicles. So for example, let's say that you're an e-commerce coach, right? You can go over useful websites to get in, to find winning products. If you're a tax attorney or CPA, you could go over useful websites where you can learn tax codes, right? Or whatever, right? Go over this, because these are always the type of content that perform well. And every single one of these content, like this one here was a useful hack. This one here was me going over free assets. This one here was a listicle. It's always these sorts of videos that always go viral. And the goal here is just getting new followers in your niche. Now, number 2, once you get in all the qualified views and followers to follow you, then this is where the hyper-specific trust is built, right? Because if you look at business as a whole, right, like what makes you buy from any business anyways? What makes you buy from a business instead of another business is you simply just got nurtured more by one business. Nurturing and trust is at an all-time low right now. That's why you see all the biggest business owners going into content and going all in on their content, because they realize that they can't just pump more money into ads. They can't just rely on referrals. They can't just send more emails to get clients. Trust is simply what makes this world move. And content is simply the only thing that's going to build trust, right? Having this content right here, the short form content that builds trust and gives value, is simply the only thing that's going to get enough touch points to nurture someone into actually wanting to work with you. So middle of funnel content. So this is basically hyper specific content designed to solidify your expertise, build trust, and also bring in really high quality followers. For example, this video here where I talk about this exact 3-step funnel, I talked about this 3-step funnel and how the biggest business owners are having it in common. So this is really step-by-step solutions to achieve results, specific pain points, and only speak to your ideal client profile. Again, right, for me, right, my ideal client profile is a business owner, is a service-based business owner that's struggling to grow their personal brand and wants to scale further, right, to get more leads for their business. Now, the type of content I've been creating on my Instagram is really niche specific content where I talk about, hey, if you're getting this amount of views, but you want to get this amount of views so you can get leads, then this is exactly what you got to do, right? I say, hey, if you want to get high ticket leads from your content, then post this type of content. You know, going over really specific pain points your ideal client faces, that's exactly how you're going to start to attract them. And you also really need to get clear on your ideal client profile, right, for your content. If you don't know who you're creating content for, then you're just going to create literally just terrible content. It's as simple as that. I shouldn't even need to explain it, right? Because if you're not clear on your ideal client profile, you don't know what type of content you need to create. You don't know what angles to talk about. You're just talking about random things, and then you post a video and you realize, wait, hold up, that video's not that good at all, right? So middle of funnel content is where you want to build trust and nurture the right people. The right people. Oh my gosh, this is so important. The right people. So now this is bottom of funnel content. This is where you really push people over the edge of wanting to work with you. And this is what really just solidifies people and makes me be like, oh yeah, this guy's a really good service. I can clearly tell. So for me and for anyone, that's basically breaking down client results step by step and show how good your service is at getting results. You in your content, you always want to show the wow instead of the how. Now, what I mean by that is you want to show how amazing your service is without specifically telling people how to do it. Because if you tell people how to do it, then they'll just half-ass what you're telling them to, right? And then once they half-ass what you're telling them to, and they fail, they won't trust you anymore, right? So, and also just selling the dream is just, what everyone tells you to do, right? So always do the wow content instead of the how content. So basically go over client wins, testimonials, personal wins, before and after transitions, and funnel breakdowns. For example, I'm talking about in this video how I got my client from 300 followers to 60K followers and literally thousands of leads, right? It was my client here. From this one video here, we literally got him thousands of leads. And I think it was hundreds of qualified leads, right? Like, you sent all of them towards his business page and his team was there to vet out each lead. So that was crazy. And with this type of content, it's about getting leads, because then you can then funnel them towards a landing page or whatever you use to collect leads. But it's also just really great for getting the trust further, right? Because with enough trust, if you really just always build up trust over and over and over and over and over again, then you will convert the lead. That is how content works. So this is the 3-step funnel, right? Top funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel. This is what I implement for all of my clients, and this is what simply works the best. And yeah, that's how I get great results for my clients. Now, after this, to start getting those booked calls and everything, because you will naturally get booked calls just from your content alone, like obviously. Now it's about making it predictable, right? You don't want to be like referrals and be unpredictable. So keep in mind that your content will do a lot of the nurturing and selling for you, but you need to make it more predictable. Again, keyword is predictable. That's honestly what we're all hoping for at the end of the day, right? Predictable growth, predictable leads. So the first thing you want to be doing is having a trained appointment setter in your DMs. Now this is something that we've been recently doing with our clients as well. We've been implementing appointment setters for all of our clients. This is just going to make our service even better because we're going to implement the 3-step funnel, and then with all the leads that we get for our clients, we're going to have a trained appointment setter that reaches out to all those warm leads and converts them into sales. For example, right, I'm not going to go into a script because obviously I'm not going to do that, but you can just see, right, some examples here, booking a call here. All of these guys were from warm DMs, and as you build up your page, you will get lots and lots of warm DMs, right? I mean, warm leads. So now you're probably wondering, where do I actually find these people? So there's 4 touch points to find qualified leads on your page, right? And this is how you really make it predictable. So first one is the people who follow you, right? So there's this section on Instagram where it's like your verified section. Yeah, so there's a verified section on Instagram where you can like click your heart at the top, and then you can scroll all the way and you can go to your verified section, and then in your verified section you'll see all the verified people liking, engaging, and following you from your content, right? So just go there and then you can see, boom, all the qualified leads, boom, like as simple as that. Just simply message the qualified leads that are engaging with you. So that's 1. 2 is people who view your videos. 2 is people who like your videos and posts, right? So this is how you're actually really making it so predictable, because you can post a piece of content, get likes from qualified leads, reach out to them. Post a video, get likes from qualified leads, reach out to them. Post a video, get likes from qualified leads, reach out to them. Boom. You get the point, right? Like this is what Dan Martell, Alex Ramosi, like all the biggest creators, like you might think, oh, obviously Alex Ramosi is not going to send a DM. Like Dan Martell, he's not going to send a DM. I've literally got like open DMs from Dan Martell, right? Like I followed Dan Martell, for example, right? And when I followed him, so look, right? Like he DM'd me as well. Hey Neil, grateful for the follow. So all the biggest guys in the niche do this, and it's simply what works. And yeah, people who like your videos and everything. And then 3 is people that comment. For example, now a really smart thing is, like my mentor recently told me, is that, for example, if you're giving away an asset in your video and you're like, hey, if you want my free training on how to book 30 qualified appointments, or if you want my free training on how to grow your personal brand, then comment this. If someone is commenting on your video for a free asset, that means they have that pain point in their business. That is something they're struggling with, right? If they're asking for help and if they want to actually improve on something, that means right there, they're telling you, hey, I have a pain point for this, right? So reach out to all those leads. Message the qualified leads that comment on your video, because anyone that comments on your video asking for a free asset, they clearly have a pain point in their business. So yeah. Now, number 4, people that view your story. This is something that's really big for me, because I have over 50k followers and I post stories quite regularly, and yeah, I get lots of qualified leads in my stories, right? So boom. So these are some of my friends, these are some of qualified leads, and yeah, like there's lots of ways you can do stories, go over free assets, give away YouTube videos, talk about client results, talk about your lifestyle, and then you'll see the qualified leads that's in your viewing story. So now that's the good thing about stories, because the people that are in your stories will most likely be the most warmed up leads, as they've digested more content, because Instagram only recommends your stories to people that are actively watching your content. Now, this is literally how you're going to get consistent leads from every video that you post, right? People that you follow, people who like your videos, people that comment, people that view your story. Like, you're literally getting consistent leads from every single video that you're posting. And this is what we do for myself and my clients now to get high quality leads, just like you can see right here. No, my drawing's not that good, but you can see it, right? Yeah, so we've recently been starting to implement appointment setters for our new clients, and it's going to start working so much better. And yeah, like that is truly what you want to be doing. Because I think as you scale your business, right, you will get more referrals, and that's great. But also sometimes as you scale, you will get less referrals. Like that's the thing. Referrals are just unpredictable, right? And also we're now in the stage where you can't just ramp up your ad budget, because simply your competitors, they're ranking up their ad budget, right? But they're ranking up their ad budget with content by the side of it. And the business owners with content on their page will always beat the business owners that have barely any content on their page. It's just simple human psychology. They trust the people with a personal brand. They don't trust the people that are just running only ads without a personal brand, right? And that's just reality, whether we like it or not. We're now in 2025. It's just reality. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it's very simple. My clients literally record for like 2 hours a month, and we take care of all of the rest, right? We do all of their content strategy. We create their top funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel content. We set up the ManyChat for them to collect leads. We build that brand. If you look at a brand like Alex Hormozi, Grant Cardone, people just buy anything they post, right? Because they simply built up that connection with an authority personal brand. That's the exact same type of personal brand we built for all of our clients, because that's just what works now, right? So if you want my team and I to implement this exact system into your business and fully change up your personal brand for the better and to get way more leads towards your page, then just simply click the first link in the description and watch that video on how we can do it for you. And yeah, I'll basically audit your page and we'll go through a personalized content strategy for you. So worst case scenario, just leave that call with a full content strategy and you can implement it yourself right after. And I'm not going to try and sell you hardcore or any of that stuff. Just click the link down below or go to the calendar down below and I'll see you there on that call. Hope this video is valuable for you and I'll see you in the next one.